Hi, this is BB, and last night was a lot of chlorine. I felt a lot of chlorine, so I could smell it. I'm wearing 3 of these. I bought a box of them. I took one out earlier because I sneezed into it. They're I'd like $12 for 100 of them. So, yes, my chin diaper. I've got mine. Whoever thinks it's a chin diaper, yeah, that's fine. Thank you for, I never thought of it, so in a way I have to be grateful to you, so thank you. But anyway, I'm going to touch today on something. Is this one-size-fits-all category that people put us into? You ever notice that if we open our mouth, this is just like another phase, another bunch of crazy, another phase this bunch of crazies, these TI are going through. Targeted individuals or gang stalkers or people claiming to have people do these things to them. Now, granted, like I said, people get harassed by other people. Let's not even call them TIs or call me a TI. It's a fucking label, right? And gang stalkers. It's a gang of people who are harassing people. And they may not even be a gang. They really probably sometimes don't even know each other. They're just random people being paid selectively. I wonder if they make those people sign on like an NDA so they feel like they're working for the government. You ever wonder about that? Make them sign something so they're afraid to say anything. So even if one of them grows a pair or grows a conscience, they don't want to say anything. The thing is, in my opinion, if anybody makes you sign something, a non-disclosure agreement, and they're asking you to do something evil, wicked, or breaking the law as a result of what they're giving you, run away from it. Your soul is worth much more than that. It's worth more than that. It ain't worth it. It may seem like easy money, like a ton of easy money for, whatever story they'll tell you about people. It's usually a lie, and they're asking you to commit murder. That's what they do. And you shouldn't do it. But then you should already know that. I shouldn't have to say this. If a lot of people have this kind of... It doesn't take a lot, does it? You don't have to be a pastor, a priest, a reverend, Mother Teresa of caliber, a saint, the Dalai Lama, whatever, Buddha, Allah. You don't have to be a monk sitting in a monastery praying 24 hours a day to get that. You just don't do it. There are instances when you do sign, if you have to sign an NDA and it's for a good cause, or if you're in a business and you're being asked to sign an NDA, usually like movies, these big budget movies, they sign NDAs to not discuss it with anyone until the movie is completed. Because you ever noticed that with movies? Usually when there's a movie coming out that's going to be good, everybody's anticipating, you find about 2 or 3 other ones come out quickly in a succession, or some of them try to even come out before with a similar theme to that. Yeah, usually. But anyway, I'm looking at what people have to do, what they have to do to sell their soul. No, you shouldn't do it. I'm talking about TIs, label. Targeted individuals, label. Gang stalkers, target. What it is a person or persons, or sometimes a family, being harassed by a bunch of shitheads. Whether they're being paid by the government or some mob boss somewhere, and it doesn't have to be the mob, by the way. I'm not trying to antagonize the mob. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as a reference. No offense. I'm just saying. So, some asshole somewhere who has a grudge, who stole from you or you know, they have something that they want and they feel they'll only be able to be safe to get it upon your death, something, anything. Because I firmly believe, a lot of people believe it is the government, is deep state. I don't know, deep state, slim state, medium state. All this crap here is just, it's speculative. At the end of the day, people do stupid shit. This is how it works. Let's break away from the norms of what is PC here and look at it correctly instead of politically correctly. To the best of my ability. This, again, is my opinion. There are people out there who would copy the same tactic and do it to us. I mean, you can think about it. You want to harass a person because they have something you want, or you don't like them for some reason, or, whatever. Everybody is blaming the government. The government is doing jack shit to help. What do? Is just you copy the same tactic, and then you get away with it. Because everybody will put this here under the same category. You see movies like those, don't you? Where there's serial killers, and a serial killer is killing one woman, then another woman, then another woman. Then you find a fourth woman with looks a little bit different. It's not her, but somebody tried to slip it in there to blame the serial killer in the movie. Then you end up with two killers. You see these things all the time. But anyway, you find them on Lifetime all the time. It's actually can happen, and it is happening. It's just these gang stalkers is a bunch of people who takes money to mess with other people. Not gang stalkers. They're just a bunch of assholes with nothing to do, and they like free money, and they will antagonize people for it. Whether the government is paying them or whether it's Joe Blow down the street, it doesn't matter. This is how it works. But it doesn't matter with that. But what I'm saying is, it's not politically correct. We're just trying to be, I call it as I see it. I call it as I see it. And some people just put us in this category where we're just another fly-by-night, like breakdancing. It just it's a phase and it went away. It lasted for about 5 to 10 years and then it faded away. It actually primarily was in the 80s, and by the time you touched the 90s, it was gone with the wind. It wasn't a thing anymore. People disco to this day more than they break dance. When was the last time you heard of a retro break dance party? You hear of the retro 70s disco. When is the last time you heard a break dance party? You don't hear that. But anyway, that's what I mean. So they're kind of putting us all into this category that this is a fly-by-night thing. And it's our imagination, and it's our it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You just can't put everybody into a box like that. And I am learning this now. And if this hadn't happened to me, I would have had no idea, zero idea that this world of gang stalking and TIs, that it existed. I mean, I thought to myself, hey, people harassing you and making you scared, whatever. I was guilty of that one time. I said, just pay a couple of junkies. Well, they're junkies by their nature, not mine. Give them a couple of $100 and for 2 weeks follow them around. Not to antagonize them and destroy their property, just to let them feel what it is to be harassed for a couple of weeks. Which, of course, I wouldn't have done. How many of you have not thought that? How many of you have not thought that even before you knew all this crap existed? And it actually is a thing. But anyway, there's a lot of chlorine. And I've noticed something. Like I said before, that I have a neighbor. And every time the neighbor is coming home, I could tell you when the neighbor is going to come. Just by sitting here. I'm not psychic. Because she will say something or do something to provoke me. The chlorine to make me lash out verbally, loudly. Because she wants to use this person as I'm always angry. Which is synonymous with drug and alcohol abuse. Or some kind of schizophrenia, or all three of them. It's unfair to put us all in this schizophrenic, drug-crazed, alcohol-fueled basket case person. It's not right. You don't do that. You just don't do that. Some people don't listen with the intention. I heard this before, and they're right. You don't listen with the intention to understand. You listen with the intention to berate, belittle, and just brush people off and tell them they're stupid and they're crazy. Which means from the get-go, it doesn't matter what I say, that's the outcome is going to be anyway. It doesn't matter what I say, the outcome is going to be the same with some people. That's a given. So they're like, why bother? Why waste their time and your time? They're not interested in what's really happening. They're interested in getting their point of view across, and that's it. Most of my videos, I ask people, if you can think of anything, let me know. Any ideas, let me know. Make the comments. I always do that. No, I mean, maybe not in every video, but I try to. Because I'm open to suggestions. Anything that can help me out, and anything that I can in turn share with someone else, or put it out here so other people can see it. Because I'm all for sharing answers and solutions to these things. It's the only way we can combat this. Because I know what I'm going through, and you do. And granted, like I had the cop over here about 2 months ago, and I was talking about it, something, and he started to say, unless you're one of those people who come see they're shooting X-ray things out their eyes and all that, I don't know. But I would like to meet the lady he was talking about. You see, sometimes it's the way how you describe it. Sometimes it's the way how you describe it. I would like to meet that lady he was talking about. Because something smells fishy there. So what I'm saying is things have to be, it's just a lot of chlorine. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know. The cat is pooping a little bit. And there's a red drop in it. I'm surprised that she's still alive. When she lays, she tries to filter as best as she can, like filter like that. Doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. It's just power play with people. I will not give in. I mean, what does give in mean in this case? Start screaming? What does give in mean? I don't know. Do what the stalker is saying? I don't think so. I work on I'm still affording to pay this for as long as I can. Even if it's the last month I can afford it. I'm paying for the computer still. I'm paying for my light. I'm paying for my gas. I'm paying for my, all my bills. This phone bill I'm paying for. I can still afford to pay it. It's mine. It's mine. So we have to pick ourselves up. We have to help each other. It's all about helping each other. And I understand how disheartening it can be, discouraging. We're going through this, but at the same time, everybody thinks we're stupid and crazy, and it's all imaginary and in our heads. And some people will use us to promote their own agenda. So, I wish that I could have a magic wand that can stop all that, but I can't. I can't. They're using us to promote their own agenda. Like, let's get a bunch of the crazies in here and, just show them in how many ways, how many errors they've made and how many things are wrong with them. I don't think people should be like that. I think we should be a little supportive. So if any of you out there was ever like this before this crap hit, let's examine ourselves. Let's try to be better people. Because this is who we should be. Use this as a learning experience. Let's try to be better people. It doesn't matter what happened. Let's try to be better people. And again, any suggestions? Anything at all, just make a comment, send me an email, private message, it doesn't matter. you know, that let's just connect on some level.